Here's our audience.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Tracy Rife, and I'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you today about the legalization of euthanasia. Now, this is a controversial topic for some people because we live in a society where some people feel it is okay to kill other people if there's a good enough reason to, especially those who are elderly or who have some type of terminal illness or disability. I would like to bring out 3 points today regarding the issue of euthanasia. First, I would like to define what it is and what would make someone think that this was the only option that they had. Second, I would like to mention that there are 3 states that it is already legal in. And thirdly, what we as Christians can do to stop other states from legalizing this immoral practice. So first of all, I would like to talk about the definition of euthanasia. And according to Webster's Dictionary, euthanasia can be defined as a mercy killing or the act of putting to death painlessly or allowing to die by withholding extreme medical conditions and measures for those who are suffering from any incurable disease or terminal illness. Now that you know what the definition is, what do you think would make individuals think that this was the only choice that they had, why they would choose this? Now, according to J.C. Mazdo, he says the reasons most often associated with requests for euthanasia are cancer, neurological diseases, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, or AIDS as we know it. And patients are often concerned with worries about loss of control, being a burden on their families, being dependent on others for their personal care, and losing their own personal dignity. These are some of the reasons people choose this. Now, not that that makes it right, but some people, they feel this is the only choice that they have. My second point is that euthanasia is already legal in 3 states. The first state was Oregon to legalize euthanasia, which I didn't realize this. This was clear back in 1994. Oregon legalized euthanasia November the 8th, 1994. And in an article by Susan Enowen titled, "It's About Far More Than the Number of People That Are Dying," she quotes Oregon voters approved the Death with Dignity Act by a vote, a very close margin, 51 to 49% in that state. It became effective in 1998, surviving court challenges and a repeal effort to make Oregon the first state in the country to legalize physician-assisted suicide. The second state was Washington, and it was made legal in Washington November the 4th, 2008. And that passed with a 58% vote. The third state is Montana. Now, it just became legal in Montana, physician-assisted suicide, on December 31st, 2009, and this was not on a vote, a ballot vote, but this here was heard by the Montana Supreme Court in the case of Baxter versus Montana. Now, this was the case of a 76-year-old truck driver who was dying of leukemia and wanted physician-assisted suicide, so he took the state of Montana to court to fight for his right to die. Now, Judge Dorothy McCarter ruled that a terminally ill, competent patient has a legal right to die with dignity. That includes a right to use the assistance of his physician to obtain a prescription for a lethal dose of medication that the patient may take on his own if and when he does decide to terminate his life. This statement can be found in Article 2, Section 4 and 10 of the Montana Constitution. So those are the 3 states that it is legal in. And my third point, well, it is still illegal in the other 47 states. My third point is that God created us in His image, He values human life, and He has an appointed time for each of us to die. Genesis 1:26 states, God said, "Let us make man in His image, after our likeness." John 3:16 confirms that God values human life when He says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Christians, we need to become more active in our government, such as using our right to vote, becoming involved in our local politics, and we need to repeal the legislation that has been passed in these 3 states, and we need to make sure that other states do not follow suit. But most of all, we need to stand up for what we believe in, and we need to pray for our nation. God is in control of the world, and it is up to Him to decide the right time for us to leave this world. Let us honor God by valuing life. No matter how poorly our quality of life may be, it's not up to us, because God has a plan for our lives and a specific time for our death. Thank you.